Hey everybody, Jeremy here. Welcome to episode 6 of Action Figure Window Shopping. This is a little series that I do every week in which I take a look at some interesting toys and collectibles that caught my eye over the past week, and then I just come back and share with you what I found. All right, so let's get started here. The first thing I want to show you are some listings from this company called Joy Toy over on BigBagToyStore.com. Now, I did a review on one of these figures that I purchased on Amazon, and I put that video up on Monday of this week, and I was so impressed by this little 4-inch figure that I'm like, yo, I got to show you guys some more of this stuff because I was really kind of shocked at how good it was. So check out that review if you want to check it out. Now, here are some of the other figures that they have in this line. Now, even though they're small and they are, 4 inches tall, the typical price for a single figure, like a humanoid figure, is like $34-ish typically. And I know that it seems like it's a little bit pricey for something so small, but trust me, the detail and the articulation that these guys have, it's so good. I think that it's worth it. So here are just some of the figures that they have. Sometimes they tend to bundle them up in groups of like 3 or 4. Like you can see here is a group of 3 from the Battle for the Stars Free Truism 20th Legion White Viper Squad. So it's $80 for these 3 figures, $80 for these other 3 figures right here. But then when you get into the single figures, his hardcore Coldplay Skeleton Force, Grim Reaper's Vengeance. I mean, there's a lot of different, a lot of words in these titles. But you can see that this one is $36.99, and this is a Type C version. From what I've seen, sometimes they have like the same character, and they have different versions of him or her. So this is the Type C version of this particular figure. So you can see he's all decked out in this dark skeleton themed armor. Here's everything that he comes with. $36.99 for this guy. And here's another cool design that I like. So this is the Wandering Earth United Earth Government Rescue Team Heavy Gunner. Ugh, so many words. But I like this one because it looks like a soldier astronaut, basically. And I think that this is a really cool look. That long ammo belt right there. I love that. Love the clear plastic dome. A lot of detail for these really little figures. So yeah, you can head over to Big Bad Toy Store and take a look at all of these that they have available. Or you can go on Amazon. They also have a decent amount of figures there on Amazon. Sometimes you might be able to find them a little bit cheaper than you would here. I think that this is a really cool set because I like the colors in it. So yeah, I'm really into these figures now, and I'm definitely going to be checking out more of them. I want to show you one that I most likely definitely will pick up. Let's take a look at this guy here. So what I like about him is that he's got these metal arms and like this whole kind of like metal construction, so check it out. He's got the arms, he's got a little bit of metal right here. He seems like he might be completely metal. Looks like the skin is just peeling off. But he's a really cool looking figure with that awesome sword, and he has the helmet attachment. If you don't want to use the human head sculpt, he's got a jetpack. Just wonderful, beautiful. So yeah, Joy Toy, good stuff to take a look at and keep your eye on. All right, so the next thing is a little bit more familiar to most people. So this is from Hasbro. It's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dino Megazord. So this is $160, scheduled to come out in August of 2022, and this is just a throwback to the original Megazord, Super Sentai, Megazord. This is the Megazord that I grew up with. This is the Megazord that I know and love, and I had the original Megazord that came out. It was during the time where parents, they would line up outside of like Toys R Us, or if you were in the mall like KB Toys or something, and they wanted to get that one big hot holiday toy. And one year the Megazord was part of that big holiday toy rush. And my parents were kind enough and loved me enough to brave those crowds, and they ended up getting me a Megazord. This exact Megazord. It might not be the exact one, but it was the Megazord at that time. So this one comes with all of the detachable Zords. So it's not just, the Megazord, complete like this. You have all your individual Dino Zords here. And of course you combine them to create the Megazord. And the other thing about it is, I was wondering as I flipped through some of these pictures, I'm wondering if the M, which you would see like on the Mastodon and like all these little decals, I wonder if they're stickers or if they're prints, because in that original version they were stickers. So I'm hoping that they're prints this time around, but it looks like it's a pretty faithful reproduction of what I saw way back in the day. And I'm also wondering if no, actually, I was thinking about another Zord. I was wondering if like the tip of the Tyrannosaurus Rex tail was coming off, but I think I might be thinking of another Zord. But yeah, and it also comes with these little tiny, almost like an army man kind of Power Ranger right there. I guess you could just kind of stick inside of the Zords to, try to give it that more authentic look, I guess, which is a nice touch. The original ones did not have that. But hey, I'm not complaining if they give you something extra. It's 160 bucks, so definitely, not cheap. 144th scale. I'm not sure how big that makes this particular Megazord. But yeah, you're a big fan of Power Rangers, or you just want the old school Megazord, cost you 160 bucks to do so. So moving on from there, I saw this Spider-Man Marvel Legends Retro Collection, Spider-Man 2099, and it was kind of shocking because I was actually thinking about Spider-Man 2099 for some reason earlier this week. And then I went on Bitback Toy Store and boom, there he is. I think I might have been thinking of Spider-Man No Way Home and just kind of, thinking, well, what if there was an Easter egg? You peer into a dimension and you kind of see what looks like Spider-Man 2099 swinging around in a futuristic city. But yeah, he's 24 bucks. He's in stock here. He's in stock in a lot of different places. So this is a cool Spider-Man. I had one, I feel like I had issue 1 of Spider-Man 2099 a long time ago. But I have no idea where it is now. It's probably disintegrated and it's turned to dust. So yeah, I've been collecting a lot of Marvel Legends lately. I just completed the Age of Apocalypse wave, and I'm throwing up video reviews on each of those figures currently. So this one has definitely got my attention because Spider-Man 2099, it's a good look, good logo. I like it. But if you are into like video games and stuff, here's a 12-inch Gordon Freeman figure that's on sale for 60% off. Now it's from Mondo. It's going to cost you $80, and maybe this will help you. Just kind of whet your appetite for more Half-Life type stuff. So the Half-Life 2 came out in like 2004. So we're getting really, really close to a 20-year anniversary of that game that, people still clamor for a sequel to. And it's going to get to the point where it feels like people who are developing for this game probably never even played the second Half-Life, or maybe they weren't even alive when it came out, because it's getting that old and we're showing our age. But anyway, back to the figure. It looks like a pretty standard looking figure. It doesn't seem to do anything too special. He looks great, and he comes with a decent amount of accessories. Gravity gun, which is just mwah. Eyeglasses, a crowbar. You kind of have to have the crowbar with Gordon Freeman. Shotgun. It's a pump action shotgun, a handgun with a removable clip, 3 frag grenades, a pteropod, and a stand. He's got 25 points of articulation, which I think is good enough for a Gordon Freeman figure. You don't need to do anything wacky with him unless you're trying to recreate some like Source engine wackiness. But yeah, just being able to get him to hold his gun in a realistic way and just kind of have a nice, normal stance, I think is good enough for what Gordon Freeman is. I mean, he's not a superhero. He's not a soldier. He's a scientist who was thrown into this position. But yeah, that's the look. All the accessories that you get with him, 60% off, 80 bucks. He's 12 inches tall, so it's a big figure. So I think that's a pretty decent deal. I like that. I really do. Now here's something that I'm not too thrilled with. I think I'm going to need some opinions about. So this is the Super 7 Animaniacs Ultimate Wave 1 of figures. So they got these up for pre-order right now, and if you wanted to get them from Big Bag Toy Store, you can do that there. You can get all of them for 274 bucks, and if you can go on Super 7's website, and you can get the same thing for pretty much around the same price. I just not too sure what the shipping directly from them is going to be. But the thing is, I don't have any Super 7 figures, but I always feel like they are very overpriced for what they give you. Now I'm looking at this brain from Pinky and the Brain. He's $55, and here's the things that he comes with. You get this alternate head or face. Let me see exactly what they call it. All right, so it's an interchangeable head. You get the neutral head and the angry head, and then you get some interchangeable hands. You get this little globe keychain thingy. You get a blueprint. You get this big magnet looking machine. 55 bucks. You look at another one like Dot here. She too comes with 3 interchangeable heads. She's got some hands, stick of dynamite, and a little rubber ducky floater thing. And they're all $55. And they say that they're highly articulated, but I don't really know how much articulation can you get with a figure like this. She's got these little legs, these huge feet, these short arms. I mean, how much really useful articulation are you going to be able to do besides kind of moving the tail this way and moving the legs a little bit? They're at the 7-inch scale, and that's great. But I don't know, man. I just feel like these Super 7 figures, I think that they charge more than what they are worth, and that's kind of just taking it back, even to the party wagon that I showed in one of these other window shopping videos, and the fact that this is between $450 and $500 for this party wagon. And I'm like, dude, that is way too expensive for something like this. I mean, people must be buying them because, they keep selling this stuff, but I don't know. I like the way that their figures look and everything, and I like the properties that they're doing, but I'm not digging these prices. I think 55 bucks for Yakko, Wacko, or Dot. And they also had some Simpsons figures that were also similarly priced. I don't know. I just don't think they're worth that much, but who knows? All right, so let's move on a little bit. Now, I've said in some other videos how huge of a fan I am of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Here's a Kickstarter page from a company called Idea Planet that was trying to crowdfund to create a authentic, officially licensed Mass Effect Citadel replica. And as you can see, they fell short of their goal. They wanted $597,000, and they ended up only getting $387,122 worth of pledges. And see that this was canceled on November 18th, 2021. So that's unfortunate, but it's not over, because if you head over to masseffectlaunch.com, there it is again. And as you can see, 1,300 people have pledged their money for the Citadel, and you can still order one for $199, or you can get 2 of them for $358. And they're sold out of the 40 collector's edition signed limited edition Citadels that they had available. So this is kind of cool. You have to be a fan of Mass Effect, in order to really appreciate the Citadel. So it's just this big space, like, community hub kind of thing where it's a whole lot of people, whole lot of shops, whole lot of everything going on there. And the size of this thing, 14 inches by 7 inches, is powered by a USB cable, so that's cool. You'll be able to see those awesome Citadel lights, and it looks pretty interesting. So if you would like to get this, you can go to masseffectlaunch.com/Citadel and pick yours up. So here's another look at it right here. See those lights and how it kind of opens. I know that it looks kind of basic, but like I said, this is really something for really dedicated Mass Effect fans who just want an awesome Citadel. So I don't know if I'm going to be getting like this, but I do like the fact that it exists. All right, so Last but not least, what I wanted to show you are some really expensive type of collectibles that I wish I was able to afford, but I just can't decide which one I like the most. So this is on xmstudios.com. So here's a Red Hood Samurai series. It's not a figure, it's a statue, but it looks freaking incredible. I mean, look at that. Let's go to some other pictures of it. We're moving all over the place. I don't know what's going on here. Let's take a look at some other pictures of this figure. Here he is from the back and the sides. So it's Red Hood, but it's a samurai theme. And here he is without the hood, just he's kind of got a mask on. This looks really cool, doesn't it? And look at that. Man, this is a really nice looking statue here. And I really do like it. And they have so many other statues like this. So you look at the price up here, and this is in Singapore dollars. So it's like 1,399 Singapore dollars, which roughly equates to around 1,022 American dollars. So, you know, of course, these things ain't cheap, but they're really cool looking. It's just, unfortunately, some things that they can't ship everywhere. So as you can see, like they can only directly sell or market their products in countries listed below, and it's kind of divided by property. So for Marvel stuff, you can see that it's just Asian countries and European countries. But for DC stuff, like we just saw with the Red Hood and the Samurai line, they can sell these to all countries. And for the Justice League, DC Batman, all countries. But the 1/4 scale Justice League, DC Batman figures, only Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Taiwan. So, you know, it's just a lot of legal stuff going on there. So it's still really cool figures to see. And here's another page of them. So if you're a fan of like the McFarlane figures, here's a number of different figures that McFarlane put out. And these are just in like a lot more awesome statue form. So this is the Merciless. Check that out. That additional head that you get for the Merciless, you know, of course, Bruce Wayne. You get a different arm. You get that throne. Just a really, really nice looking figure there. And then some of the other ones that they have here, Murder Machine, a red version of Merciless, this gold Barry Allen, Red Death. I mean, just look at all these guys. There's the Red Hood that we just took a look at. Got some X-Men stuff here as well. Star Wars, Swamp Thing. There's the Hulk. There's so many. There's so many. Here's this Batman Shugo, I don't know how to pronounce that, version of Batman. But of course, you know, it's still taking on that, you know, samurai theme. So there he is on top of the bat signal. Almost has like a steampunk kind of thing going on here. But yeah, really nice looking figures that this company puts out. Here's one of the Joker. Here's a Nightwing, you know, in samurai style. So yeah, there's so many of them. So you can just go to the website and check it out. Yeah, a lot more stuff than just Marvel and DC type figures, you know, but these are definitely the ones that stood out to me the most. And those are the figures and statues and whatnot for this week. So yeah, once again, the big takeaway that, you know, I'm definitely going to keep my eye on are definitely going to be these Joy Toy figures here. I'm really been impressed with those, so I'm going to see what I can do with that and maybe release some more reviews on those. But that is it for this week. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. And of course, I'm going to be back next week with some more figures that have caught my eye. And until then, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.